it's Suffer, and I'm on the floor today. Yeah, I'm moving soon, so I'm kind of packing all of my stuff up, so you just get the floor video for now. But I'm here today to show you the final week of my drawing the same thing for 30 days challenge. And I can't show you the sketchbook today because I put my camera on top of it. Oh well, but you probably know what it is by now anyway, so it's fine. And if you don't, I'll put a thing in the card. Go. Boop. Yeah, so final week, we're finally done. I think that this week turned out pretty good compared to the other weeks. But maybe I should let the drawings speak for themselves, so let's look at them instead.
For day 23, I wanted to revisit the ballpoint pen thing that I did for one of the earlier days. This was about the time when I was running out of ideas so badly that I just had to do some of the same things again. But I think it's good because this one definitely turned out better than the first ballpoint pen one I did, so yay, improvement! Even though that's not what this is about. It's not about improvement. But it is always nice to see improvement in your art, so who am I to complain? And yeah, I know the face looks a bit wonky in this one. And honestly, it does in every single one of them. I've seen some of you guys commenting that you don't like the faces in any of the drawings I've made. So thank you guys for that one, but I kind of almost agree. Some of them have faces where I'm like, yeah, this is a good face that I did. But then most of them just have really bad faces. I guess I should have focused more on making the faces good. But yeah, sometimes it just kind of slipped my mind. And also, I did all of these drawings on the train, so I would cut myself some slack because it's really hard to draw such tiny faces while on a train that's moving. In reality, this isn't just the draw the same thing for 30 days challenge, it's draw the same thing for 30 days while on the train challenge. For day 24, I again wanted to revisit a thing that I did earlier. And this time it was the one where I did the lines in black and kind of blocked out some spots in black and then went in with a red permanent marker to color in her ropes and all these stuff that's red. And let me just mention that the day before this and onwards is when I got to the paper that's different from the rest of the paper in the sketchbook. And I thought this paper was going to be better, but let me tell you, it wasn't. No matter what art supply I put down on this paper, it would take a million years to dry and it would just get on my hands and I would smudge it everywhere, so that was kind of annoying. I don't know what kind of paper this is. It was just some random paper I had laying around, and so when I needed more paper for the sketchbook, I just grabbed it, but I have no idea what this paper would actually be good for, or where I got it from. But I think that this drawing turned out pretty good. It's one of the ones that I like the best that I've done for this challenge, I think, maybe. I honestly can't remember anymore. I'll have to pick a couple of favorites when I do the flip through of the sketchbook, and I'll tell you which ones I like the best. For day 25, I had no idea how to do it, so I went on one of the previous videos where someone had suggested that I draw it in just a silhouette. And I kept forgetting my pencil case at home for some reason, so for 2 days or 3 days maybe, I didn't have my pencil case with me. So all I had on the train was color erase pencils. And in hindsight, it was probably not a very good idea to do a silhouette drawing with a blue color erase pencil, but it was all I had and I wanted to get it done, so yeah, that was how I did it. And you guessed it, the pencil smudged on the poop paper. And it's everywhere now. And it was on my hands, and it's on the other page. This paper is really bad, and I'm very happy that I'll never have to draw on it ever again. I think this one turned out okay. It's a really helpful thing to do, actually, when you have a pose, to try and just draw the silhouette, because if the silhouette isn't clear, then you should reconsider your pose. And luckily, I feel like the silhouette is pretty clear for this one, so phew. Won't have to go and change all of the ones I did. Yay. Day 26 was another one of those I didn't have my pencil case days. So I wanted to do this day by challenging myself in the way I was drawing. So I decided to hold the pencil like a child. And disclaimer, I know that not every child holds the pencil like this, but I've seen some very young children, like kindergartners, who hold their pencils like this. And I always think, how do you even draw like this? I know the kindergartners don't really draw amazing art, but it's a very inconvenient way to hold your pencil. And that also shows in the artwork because it's very shaky and it was very hard for me to get clear details. So her face is just, meh. And also the train was shaking. I feel like I haven't used this excuse enough. I'm sarcastic if you can't tell. But it was fun to do, so that's great. And because that was what this was all about. It was about seeing how it would develop and seeing if I could have fun with different ways of creating art. Day 27, I again went on one of the previous videos to look at the comments where actually a couple of you guys had commented, why do I always struggle with this word? Commented. Yes. Asking me if I could do it in one continuous line. So I tried that for this day. And it seems kind of easy, but it's very hard. And I struggled, hence why it doesn't look very good. I mean, I think most of it looks kind of cool. It has a really fun feeling to it, but the face looks very bad and some of the proportions are kind of off. But aside from that, I think this one has a fun feeling to it. Day 28 is also a suggestion from one of you guys. I think actually maybe multiple people commented this as well, to try and just do shapes, to not do line art and a bunch of small details, but just fill in the shapes with colors. And I kind of didn't do this because I gave her a face and some lines here and there. But I think that this one turned out pretty cool, so I don't care. I did it my way. And I did do just shapes to begin with. And then I went in and did the face because, you know, she needs a face. And I think that this is actually my favorite face out of the entire month of drawings. I think it looks so cute and so good. And overall, the picture just looks good to me. And I would have done a background for this, but I just didn't want to waste the ink. And I didn't want to waste the time. Also, this paper doesn't take very well to marker either, to alcohol-based markers. Because I was thinking, okay, maybe this paper will be good for that because it's heavier than the other paper. But they just bleed everywhere, so I didn't want to go in and do the background. For day 29, I was inspired by it being Inktober, so I wanted to do her in just black ink. So I pulled out my pencil pocket brush pen. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, words. Yeah, I pulled that one out and I just did it in black ink. And everywhere that would be black, everywhere that would be blue, I also colored in black. And of course, her hair, which would be black, and the parts of her sleeves that are in shade, the inside of her robes, I colored those black as well. And I really like the way that this one turned out. I think it's really cool and simple and good, and I like her face. It doesn't look bad. Yay. Thumbs up. But of course, it had to smudge. It didn't smudge that much, but it has some splatters of... No, it wouldn't be splatters if they smudged. It has some tiny fingerprints of black ink here and there, which is sad. But yeah, okay, I guess I'll live with it. For the last day, I was considering doing the same as I did for the first day so we could have a comparison, but then I realized that this isn't about improvement, so I don't want to do that, and I don't want to do Copics on this paper because it's really bad, and I don't want to put myself through that. So I ended up going with my Faber-Castell Pit Artist brush pens. Whew, I said it right. I feel like I have a potato in my mouth today. Everything I say just sounds weird, so sorry about that. But yeah, I went with those because I really liked the one that I did in the first week with those, and I figured that I could make something kind of like it, but better. I didn't. Spoiler alert. I think it's because I picked just some bad colors. I didn't pick the same colors because I wanted to color the water in light blue. So I took the light blue that I used for the ribbon and stuff before away, so I used a darker blue for those, and then I had to use a darker red, and it just didn't look as nice as I wanted it to. I also kind of messed up the hair. She has a very, very big bump or lump of bangs to the left of her head, but you know, it's fine. I think overall this one is pretty okay. I don't have a problem with it, so that's nice. And it is the last one. That's right, I am done with this challenge. So even though it didn't turn out as good as I hoped, I think it's fine. I think also I was putting too much pressure on myself because it is the last one. I wanted it to be really great and really awesome. But then I just reminded myself that hey, that wasn't the intent. That wasn't the idea of this challenge to begin with. So you just do the drawing and feel good about it.
I'm so relieved to be done with this. Now I can focus on Inktober. Ah, nice. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me struggle through this for a month. It was a struggle for me sometimes, especially when I started Inktober, because then I had to do 2 drawings every day. But I think it was a very fun experiment that we did together, and if you guys want to do this, please do, and please share it with me. I've seen a bunch of you guys talk about this challenge in the comments and saying how you can use it to improve your skill or improve a certain thing that you feel like you're not very good at. So that's kind of cool. You can also just do it like me and treat it as an experiment and see what happens when you draw the same thing for 30 days. And even though you guys have been trying to find a meaning in this, my original intent was just to do something completely pointless and really stupid. And I still feel like that's what I did. I didn't really get much from this except for being better at doing stuff every day and doing art every day. I mean, I guess it's kind of a bootcamp for Inktober. I'm gonna make a video where I flip through the sketchbook and show you guys the drawings that I made in this month. And I'll show you which ones I like the best. And in that video I will also conclude what we got from this experiment. So stay tuned for that one. But that's about it for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you later. Bye!